Hi everyone, welcome to Cloud Sprint. In our IT career, we have heard many times that AI will come and replace all our jobs. But honestly, we never thought it will be ours. As an IT professional, we code, we build, we ship things, we maintain, we create infrastructure, and then we test it. All these things are surviving very happily so far. What if I tell you there is a tool which might disrupt everything the way things function? There's a tool called ChatGPT by OpenAI. ChatGPT is a bot. We'll understand everything in this video. This is the official definition of ChatGPT, and we will be seeing in demo. And I'm sure you'll be amazed with the kind of thing you're just gonna witness in next few minutes. So stay tuned. By end of this video, I'll also be sharing what I think about it. Without a delay, let's go ahead and check it out. It is right now in the trial phase and it is available for free. You can just go ahead and test your use cases. My use cases will be mostly around cloud and DevOps examples, but irrespective of whatever field you are in, you can go ahead, ask your questions. Okay, it will answer most of your questions. I have used it for many use cases and I found it just amazing. To get started, you should open the website called openai.com. Once you open this website, you'll get this page. You need to click on Try ChatGPT. Once you open it, you'll be asked to log in. Once you log in, you'll get this page. Okay, you can have multiple chat. This is your chat box. And once you write something, you'll be getting answers to that. Since it is on the trial phase, it is published for users to get the feedback from them. So you might face some issues at times, but it's so far working fine with me. As a DevOps engineer, we do mostly 5 things. As a DevOps and cloud engineer, we build infrastructure, we write shell scripts, we write Python scripts, we write terraform code to create infrastructure, we write CI/CD pipelines. These are the mostly day-to-day activities, bread and butter for a cloud engineer. How can ChatGPT help me? Example 1, let's start with Terraform. So suppose I have a requirement to create a bucket in GCP. I'll simply write Terraform code to create bucket in Google Cloud. Shoot. You will see the answer is coming. Okay, it started writing the code for you. Okay, this is one of the very simple example. It is not only giving you the code, it is also giving you how you're gonna compile it. Right? Isn't that amazing? It is writing you all the code, explaining you the code, and also telling you how you have to compile the code. It gave me the piece of the code that what I need to write to create my bucket. If I want to change the code, it is explaining me the code also, what it is trying to do. Then also it is asking me, it is guiding me that you need to set your service account, download it, set it up, and then you need to run your thing. Example number 2. Write Terraform code to create a MIG VM with load balancer. Shoot. First of all, it will explain, okay, what all components it is going to create for me. So it is just creating one piece of code for me. I can just copy it and use it. Yes, so it created a template for me. Now it is creating a instance group manager. By default, it taken the target size 2. I can increase or decrease it. Now it is creating a global address because I've also asked for a LB. So without any knowledge, you can see, you can write Terraform code, right? You need not to know everything. You can just read the comments, change your entries, and you're good to go. Otherwise, you need a lot of knowledge, okay, to write this piece of code. And first of all, you need to know Google Cloud, and then you need to learn Terraform, and then only you can do it. Okay, so that's the power I was talking about. With help of this tool, anybody can just write simple text and generate the code, Terraform code. It might have some issues. So suppose it will also correct your code. Suppose I just go ahead and say that, can you correct the code? Let me paste it. I say, let me remove this. Click. See, it corrected my code. That is the benefit of it. So it is also helping you to write the code, and if you just want to test it, that what is the fault in my code, it is helping you to correct your code also. That is the beauty of this tool, right? So powerful, so powerful. I was just amazed the way it is functioning and how fast it is. It just corrected my code. What I supplied was without semicolon, which is of course won't work, which was a problem. So it just corrected the syntax. Why I need to learn Terraform now? I can just use OpenAI, generate Terraform code and use it. You can also see it is telling me what is the syntax error. Perfect. Second thing, as a DevOps engineer, what we mostly do is writing shell script. Let's check that out. Write a shell script to add two numbers. Okay, it started writing the bash script for me. It is also guiding me how you should run it. Okay, you need to change the ch mode, and there are two ways to run it. It is telling me that as well, right? It's just so amazing thing. See, this example was very, very simple. I understand you might say it's very simple, but let's go ahead, change the language. Okay, we as a DevOps and cloud engineers, we write a lot of Python code as well, because we need to automate stuff. So let's take example of a Python. So my requirement is that I want to generate the bill of GCP using Python. Okay. My next query is write a Python script to generate the bill for Google Cloud. Let's see how it reacts. Alright, so it is saying to generate the bill, I have to use the APIs, billing API. It started writing the code. So the tool understands that there is a billing API, and Python, this is how you can connect to that API. It is writing the code just like this. You need not to know Python to that extent. I mean, if you can understand the code, which is being explained by this tool as well. So it is saying that you just need to replace the project ID. You just need to change start date, currency date, and you're good to go. It is also guiding me if you want to check about the billing API, go ahead and check it out. Let's look at the code now. So it just imported the required libraries, setting my project ID, start date, which currency, from when to when you want, billing period. And then it is just through APIs, it is filtering and getting the amount. The third thing what we DevOps and cloud engineers mostly do is write Docker files. Let's go ahead and check how can we create Docker files. My next question around Docker is create a Docker file with Alpine image, Nginx, and my code. Okay, because I want to club my code as well. Let's see the output. It is saying to create a Docker file, you need to use Alpine Linux image. So again, it is saying that start creating it from latest. Right, so it is writing the full Docker file for me. Alright, so we have the full answer now. Let's go ahead and review it. So this is the full Docker file. Okay, it is saying that take the Alpine image latest, install APKs, create a directory /app, and then copy your code to app directory, change the work directory, expose to port 80, and then running a command with Nginx to run it. Now it has mainly 6 steps. Okay, it is also telling me that you need to first of all create a Docker file that uses Alpine image to run Nginx and your code. So it is also explaining the steps, that what is it doing in the first step, what is this file is trying to do in the second step, then how it is creating a directory and then setting it where your code is located, exposing it to the 80 port, and then setting the default command when running Nginx container starts. Again, if you go ahead, it is guiding me that how I need to build my image, how I need to run my image, and once you run your image, your application will be live. Right? Isn't that amazing? I mean, to get this thing working for somebody who is working for the first time, it is hard, right? To get this kind of information, you need to Google, you need to go to a lot of websites available. But here, it is so easy to do it with just a simple text. That's the power I was talking about. The next thing, what a DevOps engineer or cloud engineer's bread and butter is writing pipelines. Okay, Let me show you how it can write a pipeline. So suppose GitLab is one of the most popular tool. I want to write a pipeline. So I'm saying write a GitLab pipeline to deploy over dev and production branch. Enter. This will explain me that what is trying to do. It is saying that you can have different environments based on your branch, and then you can use if statement in gitlab.ci to specify the steps for the branches. It started writing the entire thing for me depending what I have asked. Okay, clearly in this example it just created a basic skeleton. Okay, that how many stages you'll have: build, test and deploy. Then you'll have build, make, build, test, you'll run test, you'll deploy it to dev, and you'll deploy it to prod. Okay, that then in this example it is also explaining that the build and test stages are run for all branches, but the deploy stages split between two separate jobs, which is deploy dev and deploy prod, because you build every time. Okay, you test every time to ensure your branches are correct, but you deploy only to your test cases pass. That's the basic practice we follow. So it is taking care of that detail as well. It is also saying that you can replace the make command with the commands that you need to run to build, test or deploy. So you don't want to use make, you want to run .NET, compile with something else, you can pass that. Okay, a lot of people are working on Jenkins. Let's check something for them. I'm saying write a Groovy script to deploy over dev and prod branches in Jenkins. Let's see the response. It started helping me, right? How you can write a Groovy script. It is also explaining me use cases, right? How I can do it. Done. Let's go ahead and check the response. So it is telling me that to write a Groovy script, you can use if else. So it is just, here's an example of Groovy script. You need to also use Jenkins pipeline syntax to define your deployment steps in Jenkins file. And this is where it helps you to write those stages. Okay, I'm not saying it will be 100% correct every time. It might have some issues because since it is an experimentation phase. But just think, within experimentation phase, it is so powerful. It is able to do almost everything what a DevOps and cloud engineers do day-to-day basis. So isn't there a risk that this can be done by a developer tomorrow? Okay. Or now my thoughts, what I think about this tool. I have been experimenting with this tool since last a week, and these are my thoughts. My personal feeling is that this tool is not going to replace everyone completely. It will be a kind of additional help for engineers, but I definitely see it coming that maybe tomorrow we needed 5 people to do a certain job. With help of this tool we might need 4, right? Because your productivity will increase. You don't have to write from scratch everything. You'll get the sample code quickly by writing irrespective of language. You need to you can convert the code very quickly. Just need to fix little bit of stuff and then you get going. Second point, I see that a lot of cloud and DevOps work might move to developers kitty. Okay, developers are somebody who understands these, who understands all these delivery pipelines, what it is, what it is not. They might utilize this tool and do it for their project themselves, right? So that is one of the risk I will say I see. Again, if you look at the bigger picture says that fine, you have code in bits and pieces, right? Like for example, I just have 5 examples, but you need somebody to put everything together and run as a product. Okay, you cannot write 5 skeletons here and there until it is not running functionally together. It makes no sense. So you'll definitely need DevOps and cloud engineers in future as well. This tool is not going to replace you completely, but I do feel that it might have some impact, not today, not tomorrow, maybe in coming 4 or 5 years. That's my understanding of the tool. What do you think? I really encourage you to go ahead, try this tool, and let me know your thoughts on this tool in the comments. I will love to know your feedback as well. I would love to know your experience and how much you enjoy this tool. If you want such content to watch in future as well, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comment sections what you think about the video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.